Alright guys, so before we start this week, I wanted to talk about technology. It's really amazing. I'm recording this stuff, I take these little things, I put them into my computer, I edit them, I post it, and you guys are viewing it over there wherever you're at right now. And in this little card, I can put like 2 hours of video. Good video, not crappy, 640, 40, like, I don't know, about 10 of these. I can put 20 hours of video. It's great, isn't it? Fantastic technology. I can put 2 hours in this. Here's the problem with that. I'm done and I pull it out of the camera and I put it in my shirt pocket. I don't have a shirt pocket, so I lost 2 hours of video. Am I angry? I'm happy about technology. So, the first thing I wanted to do this week was to open up Misty's mold. And as you can imagine, that sculpture's had the worst luck. First the mold was just a disaster. Then I casted it, trying to figure something out, and it didn't work. See the way the leg is dangling and the back? This is what I got. Just to make it worse, what do? I lose the card that had the video, so you can't even see the horrendous, epic, dramatic gods come down and ruin my sculpture. I am truly sorry that we will not be able to see that on this video. But there's a good video coming, because this back here, mystery right now, but in a few minutes you're gonna see what's in here, and this is what I did. This is a new shirt. I'm not used to this shirt. Don't get angry at me. Who did this shirt? Bastards! Mr. Calvin. Enjoy the video, guys. Yesterday, I tried a couple of times to talk about the sculpture. Tried to explain how it came to be, what it was, why it was. And I don't think I was very good at getting through it, because I think I'm still struggling with the idea. I sketched a series of 9 women. This one was sort of in the middle of it. And the issue is why I sketched those 9 women. And it started catching a documentary, and they were talking about women who were violated. Now, the statistics they were talking about were astronomical. It was like 9 out of 10 women have had to deal with this. And it happens like not every day, not every hour, every second, kind of thing that was ridiculous. And what I did, my reaction, to sort of envision the woman and see her progress. Like what happens the moment there's a violation, the woman is stripped of dignity, of respect, safety, stripped down to nothing, and how she builds herself back up. So we're going to get going on this sculpture, and we're going to start by building the armature. Couple of things we're going to do different. We're going to do this with wet clay. Usually easier to work with, it's softer, and it's the type of clay that we gotta keep it moist so that it doesn't get hard, crack, all kinds of bad things can happen. You're gonna see, use a new tool, this little gadget here. Anyway, wet clay, you may have seen, but I've never shown you, so let's go. I wanted to go for a skateboard ride, but the bottom of the skateboard just fell off. I'll try to Frankenstein that thing back together. In the meantime, I wanted to talk about that art that people look at on the walls. They wonder, what the and it's something that my kids have asked on several occasions. Kids ask and not adults. Adults are probably embarrassed, pretend they know what the hell's going on. To be honest with you, I don't know what's going on with half of the art I see. But something that always helps is to try to get into their context. For instance, Impressionists, they were artists. They used to do, you know, these perfect representations, portrait, landscape, whatever that was. The camera came along. You couldn't do it better than a camera. What you could do, make it more vibrant, make it distorted. Put in your own personal touches. Give us your impression. So the horses are orange, skies are swirling yellow, flowers are colorful dots, and that's how Impressionism got its footing, out of necessity. Jackson Pollock is another one that's highly criticized. What was going on with him and a lot of other artists? They were trying to detach themselves, you know, those abstract expressions. You know, they drew a red square and it was fire. Extremely detached from what was actually there. All they wanted was pure emotion. It's always a red square. Even square is not fire, pretending it's fire. Red square. What is a red square? Representative red square of a red square have in your mind, right? So there was always this literal thing. So what he did was basically say, okay, we want to detach ourselves from whatever it is we're painting and 100% represent just the emotion, just the thing behind it, not any object or not any particular image. And how do you do that? You just get rid of the image or get rid of any self-proclaimed idea of an image. Even if it's a squiggly image, it's a squiggly image. He took all that out, so he had no control of that. Crystal is another guy that, and these are people that I've been asked about. You know, Crystal does these installations, just weird, and you know, he's sort of celebrating little pieces of our world. The thing he did here in Miami with the islands, he basically took the islands that are out on our Biscayne Bay, and he wrapped them with this pink material, right? But if you were to take the pink out and you have an aerial of this area, you'd have this water and these little green bubbles in the middle of Biscayne Bay. And all he did was basically take a big pink piece of fabric and wrap it around, so they stood out even more. The thing we did in New York, where he took all the paths and he put these orange cloths in there. If you look at the map, what he did is he took an orange highlighter and he highlighted all the trails, right? But these ideas that you graphically draw he allowed you to live them. He allowed you to experience them. But it's so cool. He had another one where he took a drape and he draped it across like a valley, and then at the bottom where the road was, there was a little slit. And what happens when you drove through that, like you were present to the mass and the volume of air above you between these two mountains. And with this drape, what he did is he basically said, look at how much space is above you. Last week we went to Dali, the Dali Museum. I can't figure that guy out. That guy's out there and he's gonna be out there for like 1,000,000 years. Aliens will come in here and run away. It'll be like the crop circles. Nobody knows what the hell's going on with those things. Nobody knows what the hell's going on with Dali. Just kidding. Dali was the master of masters, and his ideas were a little weird, but he pulled it off. Okay. Favorite sticks that always lost, because they're always the ones that you use the most and you leave around the most. Right now I can't find my favorite stick. It's one like this, but it's not pointy, it's round. So if you guys see it anywhere, like if you could see it from there, just Twitter me or direct message me or whatever you do now. Okay. It looks pretty cool. Here, let me show you. I'll spin you around here. I don't know how much time I'm gonna have to keep working on this for this week, but it's a pretty good start. All the lines are there. Misty's face, or the mold of Misty's face, you can sort of see, you know, the two eyes. It's all cracked and all crazy. But I thought to myself, that looks pretty cool. My wife wouldn't let me leave it out there. So she brought it in and she put it. I'll show you where she put it. Right over there. She's finally found a home. I think it looks good.